Yo, what's good, y'all? Alright, let me get into it real quick. So this is a little quick video. I'm supposed to be up on Friday, but of course, like I said, we've been having some typical technical difficulties, with some of the software as well as meeting up because we have different schedules. Like I said, we're all adults and we have bills to pay and jobs to work. So let me jump right into it. And next week we'll be having videos with Marlon, Dwight, and all that. We'll go back into the rotation as well. So let me get into it. Today we will be discussing Katsuki Bakugo, as for short, Bakugo or Baku, whatever you want to call him. It's up to you. You can call him Cash Money, Explosion, Combustion Man, all that good stuff, the usual. And we can jump right into it. So in this video I'm not really going to be discussing so much about his powers because it's pretty much self-explanatory because it's explosion clearly. So I'm just going to go more in depth with his character, his personality, and a little bit of theories, I guess, as well as my own headcanon and what I perceive would be better for him involving his powers and personality as a whole. So from the beginning of the series, we already got from his personality that he's overall just a dick, and he's a really big one at that. Pause. So like I said, he's a jerk, he's a bully, and he's bullying someone who previously was his best friend when they were younger, and for some reason he felt better than him simply because Deku never developed abilities. So his whole pride and his ego and everything like that has been on that premise that he overcame his best friend, so to speak. But then here comes Deku out of nowhere. Not only did he actually, I guess in his idea, in his point of view, not only did he develop powers, I guess, as a late bloomer, or he felt like he was hiding his abilities this whole time, but he was upset because of how powerful he was becoming. And not only was he technically a late bloomer in Baku's eyes, but the fact that he's becoming so powerful and can practically, defeat him relatively easily. And it's been frustrating. He's a lot like Vegeta in a sense, where it's like his pride and his ego is everything to him, where he's a jerk, but he doesn't want to compromise the fact that he's a jerk, which is why even Vegeta, when he first got introduced as a villain, really worked for him. Now, don't get me wrong, throughout the series, even Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, even though it sucks, but even throughout the whole series, even though Vegeta still has ego and stuff like that, eventually he learned how to kind of merge his ego with a more realistic point of view of the world and how the universe does not revolve around him. Well, he's not the center of the universe, more or less. But in this case, it seems like, well, what I would prefer, actually, I would rather him become a villain rather than aspire to be a hero, or at the very least become an anti-hero, a lot like the hero killer, because his motivations weren't necessarily completely bad. He just didn't like the heroes who were in it for the glory, the fame, and the money, and the sponsorships. Rather than he felt like a true hero was All Might, who actually has proven that he was willing to put his life on the line to save people. He took a very big injury fighting All for One. So he actually proven himself to be a pretty decent hero, pretty solid guy, all around great guy. And he felt like he was worthy of killing the hero killer, but his job was to kill off all the fakes. So I would rather see Baku turn into a character like that, where he may not necessarily be a villain because he's too much of a jerk, but he actually could evolve into like this in-between kind of guy where shades of gray exist, where he's not a total villain, but he's not a hero either, because the way he does things and how he uses his abilities is a little questionable in terms of how people consider heroes, because it's already been shown in the series that he would use his abilities to intimidate people, scare people, even when it's been specifically stated that he should not use his abilities in public. So that is a very interesting, I would like to see that take on his character at some point, rather than him taking the probably most likely route that they're going to do is, I've been a jerk my whole life, and I'm gonna just find the error of my ways and make sure I make up for everything that I've done and all that good stuff. So I know they're going to do that at some point, but I would rather him actually become like either an anti-hero or a full-blown villain, because it will suit him a lot better along with his abilities. And just in case, for some reason you don't remember his abilities and whatever like that, his quirk is actually explosion. So basically he sweats nitroglycerin and he's basically able to ignite it. And the more he sweats, the more powerful his explosions get. So basically, the more he fights and the more active he gets, the more powerful his explosions will actually get as well. So it's actually a very interesting ability because explosions cannot really be controlled. So it's basically a power that has no regard for anyone in the area and any teammates or anything like that. So it's a very destructive ability that would suit a villain best rather than a hero. But like I said, just my little headcanon, little thoughts in a very short video just to get an idea of what you guys think. Now, please let me know what you think in the comments below.